Hit the music.
Welcome to another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report Extra. As today we're going to be talking about the situation between Sammy Guevara and Andrades. And as you guys know, yesterday Tony Khan made an announcement like an hour before Dynamite to say that the Andrade versus 10 mass versus career, or I guess career in AEW, was not on the table anymore. They canceled it for Friday. Instead, they'll have the Death Triangles tag team belts on the line, the trios tag team belts against Dark Order. Now, I was asking myself, what the hell happened? Why would they take that match out after they've been promoting it? And then the funny thing is, during the show, they say, "Oh, we're gonna have 10 versus Andrades." I think it was a commercial, whatever, and I'm like, but they just canceled it. Well, apparently, this morning I woke up and Andrades and Sammy Guevara went at it in backstage yesterday, an hour before the show was supposed to start. Now, according to Dirt Sheet, according to Report, according to 5 Foot Select, Andrade was sent home. Okay? But Sammy Guevara was still left in the main event. Now, my question is, why was Andrade sent home but not Sammy? Now, of course, I believe that Jericho has something to do with that. Jericho has a lot of pull in the back, and I'm sure that he probably told Tony Khan, look, please leave Sammy here. Let's do the main event or whatever. They could have changed the whole shit. They could have used somebody else from the Jericho Appreciation Society group. They could have put Jake Hager in the match and whatnot. But instead they put Sammy, but it was all right to send Andrade home. Now, Andrade, in my opinion, was the first one who started all this. He was in some podcast called Lucha Mexica, something to that extent. I may be wrong with the name. And he started saying that Sammy Guevara was complaining to him that he hits too hard. Now, after listening to this for 2 days, I said to myself, well, wait a minute. Why would Sammy Guevara go and tell Andrade that he hits too hard when this man does death escapades and jump from cages and jump from other places, went through a ladder not long ago, and he's always bruising himself, busting his head open, staples on his head, and he's going to be complaining on that? So I feel that it doesn't make no sense. I feel that probably Andrade was trying to do something. I think he probably was trying to do something, shoot. And Sammy Guevara came back, clapping back hot. He said that Andrade, he don't have to say AEW. You can go back to WWE. Don't be mad because you couldn't get over for the second time from the job that your father-in-law got you. Meaning Ric Flair got him the job with AEW. Now, that was, he told him to go F himself. So that after that, Andrade responded, don't worry, we'll see. I'll see you Wednesday. So to me, I'm like, well, they're probably going to have a match, and maybe there's not going to be 10 versus Andrade. But then I'm like, but why would Sammy Guevara and him, they both root breakers, which makes no sense. Makes no sense. Turns out that, according to reports, that he did show up, Andrade did show up and confronted Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara pushed him. He took a swing at Sammy Guevara. Words are, some people say there was contact, other people no. He said that he didn't swing back. But you can't believe everything you read in these dirt shit. Courtaholic went as far as to say today, or yesterday, or last night, that Andrade did this to get himself fired because he wants to leave AEW. He doesn't want to be there. He probably wants to work with Triple H, which makes no sense either, because during this podcast interview that he had, he said working for WWE and the schedule is inhuman. So why would you go back to Papa H if the schedule is inhuman? Well, he could claim that even though you don't see him on TV, sometimes on house shows, they're wrestling on house shows and a lot of house shows. But we know that WWE is a very tough schedule. They wrestle almost every night. Their house shows, everything, all that. But that's the funny part. Cultaholic is saying that he is doing this on purpose. Dave Meltzer even went as far as that it could be possibility that been wrestlers who try to do stuff like that in the past to get themselves fired, which most of the time never works. So, but Sammy Guevara does not stay behind though. Sammy Guevara could have avoided all this because he confronted Andrades, meaning he doesn't give a rat's ass about the company or Tony Khan itself. Because remember, Jericho, Bryan Danielson, and Jon Moxley had a meeting with the whole with their whole roster after the CM Punk scrum situation with the Elite, and everything was cool. And then this happened again. So now you gotta ask yourself this question: is Warner Media / Discovery is going to get involved and tell Tony Khan, you need to control this, because this is out of control? Because Tony Khan does not act like a boss; he acts like a mark. Okay, he got all these WWE wrestlers that he signed. Okay, and it looks to me that the 2 incidents that has happened has been former WWE wrestlers. Okay, now I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, but why got to be that? Why got to be the WWE wrestler? Because that is the facts. WWE wrestler is going to have that mentality that I've been in the big stage. I've been in the WrestleManias. I've been where there's the big crowds, 15,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. You just been in 10,000 little house shows. You're an indie guy. Because that's what some of these wrestlers think. Ask Braun Strowman. That's why he ain't got signed by anybody when he was out here. Okay? But in reality of it is, it's crazy. Tony Khan does not have no control over it. He is so, mesmerized with all these wrestlers he had, WWE guys, the Claudio, the Adam Cole, the Bryan Danielson, he had the CM Punk, the Andrades, all these guys, and he is just not doing anything. He has no control over the whole situation, and this is not, and maybe there were reports over the summer, or I think at the beginning of this year, that there was a division between AEW homegrown wrestlers and ex-WWE guys. Possibility. It's possibility. But the Sammy Guevara situation, again, he's involved in another situation where he could have just avoided all this, and he has no respect for Tony Khan. I'll tell you right now. When you went and confronted Andrades, you could have just tried to de-escalate the situation. Same thing with Andrade. Andrade could have de-escalated the situation, or Tony Khan should have took control and de-escalated the situation and talked to both guys. So therefore, you wouldn't have had this situation. But instead, he sent Andrade home, and then to top it off, you let Sammy Guevara in the main event and get the pin. What that tells you, that he plays favoritism. There's favoritism going on. This is the same thing what Vince McMahon did back then, with favoritism. But this is worse. In WWE, Vince McMahon would not allow this to happen. McMahon would have been firing your ass. And as much as I didn't like the man because all the stupid things he did, Vince McMahon would have never let this allow happen. And if there were fights, there's somewhere or the other somebody's getting suspended. But Sammy Guevara did not get suspended. And as of now, at this hour, this man is still probably going to end up wrestling either probably next week and whatnot. And he won't get suspended. But Andrade, I think if Andrade, and the thing with Cultaholic saying that he's trying to get fired, maybe he is. Maybe he is trying to get fired, because once you get fired, now your contract is null and void. Now you can go to WWE, but is that a smart way to go to WWE? Thinking that you're going to, because Triple H is over there? You may be in catering, as far as I'm concerned. And, because if I was Tony Khan, look, if these guys don't want to stay there, the Malachi Blacks, the Buddy Matthews, the Andrade, they don't want to go, let them go. You have a stacked roster. You got a bloated roster. You could use anybody every Wednesday. And you ain't got to worry about paying all this money. But he wants to be a mark. And this right now shows you a lot that, this is where you're missing certain people that could go and take care of this and control the situation. Right now, who's the leader in there? Who are the locker room leader? Bryan Danielson, Moxley, Jericho. But look what happened. Sammy Guevara is one of Jericho's boys, since day one. So, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's crazy. It's just, it's hysterical. It's really hysterical to see all this happening. Grown ass men in their feelings, because one guy said, "Oh, you said you hit me hard." Yeah, but again, it doesn't make no sense. Why would Sammy Guevara tell him that if this is true? You know what I'm saying? If Sammy Guevara be throwing himself from cages, from all kinds of places, go through table, go through ladders and all that, and he gets hurt, and he's gonna complain about that? They kicks him hard, hits hard. I mean, and Sammy Guevara came back clapping hard. And the fact that the thing again, Andrade sent home, and you didn't send Sammy Guevara home. I would have sent both of them home, and then changed the main event. But I don't know. Is this going to continue? This is going to continue. This is going to continue. Somebody's got to put their foot down, and Tony Khan's got to act like a boss. Stop acting like a mark, because right now this don't look good at all. Warner Media and Discovery is going to get involved, and you're going to have to make moves, or otherwise you're going to lose your TV station. And the fact that you're trying to get a stream service for Ring of Honor, and then all this is happening, you might not get nothing. So he needs to get his stuff in order, to be honest. He needs to get his stuff in order. That is it for me right now. This is the Chokeslam Wrestling Report Extra. Guys, let me know what you think about this video. What are your thoughts about this whole Sammy Guevara, Andrades? Are these two acting like little kids? Who's at fault? I think Andrade's at fault for bringing up this in some podcast out of nowhere. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to make a shoot out of it, to make it realistic. I don't know why he was doing that, or he just planning to do stuff like this so he can get fired. Okay, let me know what you think. If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. You can also follow my YouTube channel that we are on right now, and hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell for new uploads, and hit that thumbs up. It will help my channel greatly. Tell your friends about this. Let me know what you think. Give me your details. Give me your comments. Give me your whatever you want to give me about this situation with Andrade and Sammy Guevara. Is this stupid? Is this going to hurt AEW in the long run? Let me know what you think. I honestly feel this is not a good move, because they could lose their TV deal with TBS and TNT. This is not a good move at all. So sooner or later, this has got to stop. It has to stop sooner or later. So let me know what you think, guys. Tell your friends and all that. If you guys want to also check out my Chokeslam Wrestling Report t-shirt, as you can see, this is on my website and my store, tcwr.veryimpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. You can check out the shirts. You can check out sweaters, or the hoodie, actually, and the hats, and other t-shirts in there. And that's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. Check it out, guys. And you can also check out my YouTube channel in there on that website if you register to it, and you can listen to my audio podcast, which I will be piggybacking on this video, because I'm going to see if there's more information from now to Sunday when I do the podcast, audio podcast, to see any other information came through about this whole scenario. How long is I think Andrade got suspended, to be honest. I mean, if they suspended Eddie Kingston, they suspended CM Punk, they suspended the Elite, what makes you think that he's not going to get suspended? I don't think Sammy Guevara is going to get suspended because Jericho is protecting him. That's my whole theory on that. So that is it for me, guys. Again, follow me on the Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys next week.